Eom Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello there, very beautiful day to you, and thank you for joining us. You're watching the Eom Business Network, indeed the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Mowari. Today on the program, we shall be taking a look at the Nigerian economy from the perspective of industry operators. Also, the lineup is spot on with Ozuagu Ezeoku, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer of ByteWorks Technology Solutions Limited. And on the face-to-face is another industry captain talking about Dele Badijo, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Nigeria's largest indigenous swap rig company, OES Energy Services Limited. This is a must-watch. Stay with us.
Welcome to a new world of insurance. We are changing our customer service culture, the treatment of claims, the range of products that will protect your family and you, that will secure your business with services you can trust, from people you can trust, from a brand trusted worldwide. Allianz Insurance, now in Nigeria.
Real estate practitioners in Nigeria have expressed satisfaction with the growth of the industry. Speaking against this background, the head government relations of Hall 7 Real Estate, Joseph Michela, spoke on the progress of the sector's operations in the country.
We just concluded the commissioning of Bridge Peridot, the beach townhouses and apartments. The other name is Bridge Peridot in Bora District. And right now, we are on Imperial Vista, which is in Life Camp. That is another lush location. By the time we are done, it will truly be a reference point. Because, of course, we're almost done with the infrastructure. Before we even started construction, the infrastructure was already there. From the roads to the cesspools to the drainages, all of them were there. And, of course, we have the bridge garnet, which is in Galadima, just by the express there. That is another architectural beauty. So and of course, lastly, Brookshire Residence. So that was like our flagship project. Started out, and it's amazing. Lovely, lovely terraces there. Very, very spacious, very green as well to do. And of course, our infrastructure. All of our infrastructure will make sure that it is the city standard. We don't have electricity poles flying in any of our estate. We don't have an open drainage in any of our estate. We don't have a sockaway tank behind any house. All of our sewer lines and sewer and cesspools, they're all centralized. That's the city standard. So we make sure that from the infrastructure to the design, to the engineering, to the landscaping, all of them, we have to make sure they are top-notch. And why we are so confident about what we offer is because they are organic. We don't copy designs from anywhere. If you see our designs from somewhere, it means somebody replicated our own. From our team of architects and engineers, we brainstorm and come up with these designs, lovely, lovely designs.
Executive Director of INLAKS Nigeria, Tokwe Dare, in an exclusive interview with the Eom Business Network News, speaks on the company's projections for 2019.
Into 2019, being an election year, we have witnessed slow growth in our sales, we have witnessed slow growth in business, not only in INLAKS but generally in the market. But the elections are over, and we're beginning to see momentum being gathered by our customers willing to spend, and it's also a year that many of the banks also will have to recapitalize. We are seeing merger acquisition between two big banks, Access Bank and Diamond Bank. We believe more will happen in 2019, and other industries also will pick up because the government in power also will be around for the next 4 years. So we see the programs continuing. And as we said, that 2019 will be better than 2018 and previous years.
Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of First Ally Capital, Ebenezer Lufoshe, spoke on the company's new investment initiative, the First Ally Money Market Fund.
It's a money market fund. It's a fund that invests in investment-grade instruments. And beyond that, the product will pay dividends every quarter. So it's like rather than keeping your money in a savings account that is earning little interest, you can earn commercial rates, using this and have your interest distributed to you every 90 days. The fund will close on May 6th, but beyond that, it's an open-ended fund. So investors can always come in and invest, and you can always withdraw. We have a minimum initial investment holding period of 90 days. After 90 days, you can withdraw money, you can make incremental investments. So it's like running a current account.
And that is the Eom Business Network news. Oswagu Ezioko is the President and Chief Executive Officer of ByteWorks Technology Solutions Limited.
ByteWorks has 4 values at its core: excellence, commitment, integrity, and innovation. These 4 go hand in hand. We are a company that builds software in Nigeria, by Nigerians, and for Nigeria. Well, not for long now, because we hope to be exporting some of our products to help the country in earning forex. So ByteWorks has stayed focused on building application software. We don't do other types of jobs in the IT space. There's a networking, there's a telecoms, there's a hardware, we just focus on that one to do it excellent so that it can solve specific problems for the industry we operate in. And you start from 1-room apartment, and now we are multi-branched. We have a regional branch in Enugu, we have a head office here in Abuja, we have satellite branches and offices in Gombe, Nasarawa, and different parts of the country. We support the Corporate Affairs Commission to register all companies and businesses in Nigeria. We also support the National Identity Management Commission to register Nigerians biometrically, which is the biometric registration that is backed by law. Yeah, so it's very important to look at the laws governing activities. So NIMC is the rightful agency that should capture biometric of Nigerians and keep it and transact with it. That's what the law says. So we keep on supporting them. But we've built this Internal Revenue Central system running on ByteOne. ByteOne is a registered trademark with Trade and Investment and Ministry of Trade and Investment. And it's running for 4 state governments now and 1 local government. And within this ICS, there are a lot of apps, Android apps, that you use for market enumeration, formal business enumeration. And then there is the one that enumerates a taxpayer and also captures the taxpayer's biometric called IDMS. And there's a very amazing solution, exciting solution that worked in Gombe State deployment. It's called the Cash POS. So it's not everywhere, like the cattle market and the vegetable market is a little bit remote. So there, networks are not so wonderful. GSM, they are there, but not so much. And we had to innovate around that so that you collect cash, but then you are able to print a revenue receipt using a tablet and a Bluetooth printer. And so all the markets people, as they're passing the market with maybe their truck of cattle or anything, they make that payment in cash and they get a state-issued revenue receipt. And also, this also happened in the Ministry of Justice, and their revenue shot up by close to 400%. And we used agents. One of them is Alhaji Sariki Enterprises. He was so excited. He's a cash collection agent on behalf of Gombe State Internal Revenue. And he was amazed at how this technology app could help curb the leakages that's been happening. We started revenue automation for the fastest growing local government in West Africa. This is Karu local government. And Karu local government is an offshoot, it's like a sprawl from Amak, you get into Karu. And we, this year, managed to survey over 4,000 properties in that local government using the survey law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we are now able to give people their tenement based on objective measurement. This is something that the 700 or more local governments in the country have to do to be self-sustaining. The Constitution has given them these powers to be able to have some revenue at the and leave the state to breathe a little bit. For the rest of the year, there's a lot of exciting sales activity going on, project implementation, enhancement on our product. One of the big wins for us is that the national identification number has gone international. So Nigerians in diaspora can now get their NIN, and it was our technology supporting this all the way. So in South Africa, in UK, in Dubai, and I think this week in Houston, that's the United States, Nigerians are going to be able to get their NIN. And our team is working round the clock.
DPKay Homes and Property Limited. Easy access to homes and properties ownership, comfort, security, and wealth. DPKay Homes and Property Limited. Top-notch and innovative services through the provision of quality and affordable homes, sales and documentation of landed properties, real estate brokerage, legal advice on real estate matters, facilities management, building and construction, and so many more. Come over to DPKay Homes and Property Limited. Tochukwu Akanam is Director and Chief Executive Officer of Dynamic JT Limited.
Dynamic JT Limited is an indigenous company. It was registered 5th May 2009, and we've been into a lot of businesses, and we do develop properties at the moment with developers. We run some other businesses apart from real estate, and at the moment we have some of our sites that will have projects going on there at the moment. The vision is for us to serve as much as we can, deliver to the needs of the people, and as well meet our target as a company, because every company has a target. In fact, aim above our goals. That has been our major target as well. We have a project going on at Karimu by Turkish Hospital, Karimu district at Turkish Hospital. We have a set of terraces and lots of flats. And we have one we are negotiating well to go into at Jahi. The proximity is next Cash and Carry. And they are all affordable projects and viable at the same time. Multiple taxation and tariff is one of the challenges we have in real estate, because once the tax is high, the tariff is also high, it affects the customers. It affects the people that patronize the real estate business. Because if you're getting us a high tax, it still brings everything back to where it was. You're building up the economy and increasing the tax. It's not doing good to the economy, rather it's doing more harm to it. So it's not really giving a positive effect on real estate business in Nigeria. The challenges facing our business, not just Dynamic JT alone, other real estate people as well, is there is no good environment for us to trade. We don't source for loans. We don't have easy access to loans. By the time you go to get loans from the bank, the conditions they give you is as good as not getting the loan. You might not necessarily even get it at the end of the day. And they don't really want to know what the loan is being used for. And the government needs to come into that area to work with developers and the real estate industry to see how we can sort that challenge.
Let me start by giving you an overview of IADC, the International Association of Drilling Contractors. It's a worldwide organization specifically formed to address the drilling industry in the oil and gas in particular, and with special focus on ensuring that we drill our wells more efficiently, we have standards, and we do this in an environmentally friendly environment and making sure that it's done safely. This actually started in 1940 when the association became exclusive owners and custodians of drilling operational data for the oil and gas industry.
This is Aviam Offshore, Nigeria's leading drilling contracting company with an innovative approach to redefining and elevating drilling operations in the Nigerian oil and gas sector to international standards. Aviam Offshore, experts in drilling contracting services, dredging, project management, manpower and recruitment, waste management, and other specialized services. Welcome to Aviam Offshore. Ufoma Imonioro is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Aviam Offshore.
Aviam Offshore is an indigenous company that was founded in 2016. So we've been in operation for 3 years. Aviam is a drilling contracting company, and we do some EPIC jobs as well. So basically, we have a Swambat rig in country that we're planning to work for one of the indigenous operating companies. So Aviam, we're new, but we've changed the narrative of the drilling industry in the sense that we're trying to introduce the international standards of drilling activities. So basically, what we are looking at here is that we're trying to bring it into the industry what the global drilling companies like the likes of the former Transocean, Global Offshore Drilling, what they've done in the drilling sector. So that's basically what we are trying to introduce into the drilling business. The mission of Aviam Offshore is to be a preferred drilling contractor. And also our values include accountability to our staffs, accountability to the environment where we work, and values as well. We tend to bring in a proper way of doing things, standard way of doing things. So our vision is in the next 2-3 years, we're operating in the offshore space, deep offshore. So what do I mean by that? Provision of jack-up rigs and floaters. What I mean, floaters, semi-submersible rigs that can work in deep offshore. Aviam is a drilling contracting company, like I said. We provide rigs for the operating companies. But Aviam is trying to introduce a model to the market. So basically, that model that we're trying to introduce is in the form of we call it turnkey contracts. So how does it work? So basically, operating company, you give us your well, your programs. So we in Aviam, we look at your program and advise you on the most suitable way to go about your operation. So basically, we provide the personnel, we provide the funding, and we also provide the rig. So basically, this is the model concept that we at Aviam were trying to introduce to the oil industry. One of the challenges that we've discovered is that sometimes the tendering process takes too long. For example, it takes 2-3 years for a tendering process to be closed up. So you can imagine a case whereby you have a rig that is pinned for a particular job, and for 2-3 years, the process has not been concluded. If they can hasten that process so that this long period of wait is totally reduced, I think it will help a lot. They've encouraged the drilling companies in the business, and also they've guided us in the sense that in terms of contracting, they've been able to establish a global rate for the rigs, coupled with the fact that the industry is beginning to pick up after the downturn that we experienced in the last 3 years. So they've really done very well.
We are OAS Energy Services Limited, Nigeria's largest indigenous swap rig services provider. We provide technical and operational expertise across drilling rigs business and have successfully executed several oilfield contracts in Nigeria with excellent results. Over the years, we have delivered to the utmost satisfaction of our clients with our highly trained personnel in Nigeria and other partners across Africa, Europe, Canada, and the United States of America. This is OAS Energy Services Limited. Dele Badijo is the Chief Executive Officer of OAS Energy Services Limited.
When we developed that vision to be the preferred upstream integrated services provider in Africa, what we wanted then is that when E&P companies, either international or local players, want to exploit their oil field, the name we want to come to their head is OES. And today, I think in the swamp, I believe strongly in the swamp, we've achieved that. We've also gone further to go into the deep water, and we are getting strong in that area as well. We rely strongly on the competency of our people, also on the strategic partnership we have with stakeholders, and then technology. We've been able to train a lot of people. We get people from the universities, we get people who are mid-career hire, we bring them on and we train them, we turn them to an OES person. They spend significant time on our offshore units, learning how to do the work from the beginning to the top. They start as rustabouts and learn. You cannot manage what you don't know. So you need to first understand how it works at the work site. So we have people who are competent. We've been able to take young engineers who today, in the last 10 years, are now managers, managing our rigs as managers. We have a lot of Nigerians in our operations. 98% of our workforce are Nigerians. We've been able to develop communities, which is part of our vision to add value. In the olden days, the normal thing is for companies to pay what they call a standby fee. OES does not do that. We go to those communities, we interview people. Most communities have competent, educated people. We take them and we train them. Some of those people today are key supervisors in our operations. Those also help us to operate safely and effectively in the Niger Delta because they see themselves as stakeholders in our business. We work for the Shells of this world, the Chevrons, NAOC, which is Ajib. We work for the indigenous companies, Elcrest, NPDC. So we are today the preferred when it comes to drilling services. There are 10 swamp rigs in Nigeria today. We have 4 of them. There are 7 of them working, 3 of them belong to us. So that's about 43% of the available capacity. So I think that is what we want to achieve as a drilling contractor. Things are changing now. If you look in the swamp, most of the companies you have playing in the swamp are Nigerians. There are some that have foreign partners, but partnering with Nigerians. It was not so when I started in the industry. All the play was by international people. I said earlier that OES, we have 98% of people who work for us that are Nigerians. We have the OES teamwork that is 100% crewed from OIM to rustabout and rig manager by Nigerians. So we've come a long way in this country, and OES has contributed a lot to that. OES, we have benefited a lot from the Local Content Act, and shame on us if we cannot, in our own country, develop our own people. We have about 93% of the procurement of things we use are procured from Nigerian vendors. When you consider that we don't manufacture drilling rigs in Nigeria, these rigs are imported, they are manufactured outside the country, but the people that supply the material to us are mostly Nigerians. So we give an opportunity for others to also benefit from the chain.
Once you come into Royelx funds, you can afford a home or you can afford a land.
Great news. First Ally Money Market Fund. Oh yes. Invest in the First Ally Money Market Fund today with as little as 5,000 Naira and enjoy impressive returns on your investments. Our money market funds are managed by trusted investment managers who have vast experience in money market instruments. Visit us today and subscribe to this great opportunity. Offer closes on Wednesday, 6th of May, 2019. First Ally Money Market Fund. Trust us, it pays. And that's a good point to call it a wrap on today's package of the Eom Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We hope it was worth your while. But just in case you missed out on any aspect of it, then you can come with us to eomcoms.com and any of our other portals, as you can see on the screen. Our sincere gratitude to you, our sponsors, for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Oh yes, I remain Olorogo Elkanah Moari. Please, let's do this again, same time, same channel next week. We'll see you then.